Hello everyone, you are welcome to our 30 days restore challenge program. My name is Jessica and you are welcome. This is day 17 and we are going to be making lunch, and the menu on our lunch today is bitterly soup with millet swallow, all plant-based ingredients we are going to be using for this amazing soup eaten by the eastern parts of Nigeria. Okay, for my recipes, I'm going to introduce my recipes and I will introduce the amazing cookware that I'll be using for this yummy delicious food. First thing I have to do is to wash my hands with soap and water, like I always say and do. Wash your hands with soap and water before you start cooking. Very important. Okay, so all this food that I'm going to be cooking this afternoon or noon, we are not using any oil, no artificial coloring, no MSG, no animal fat, no cheese, no butter, no artificial coloring. All we are going to be using organic ingredients. Okay, quickly, I'm going to be using red scotch bonnets, mushroom, cocoyam as my soup thickener, red chili, my bitter leaf. This is fresh bitter leaf. Okay, this is fresh bitter leaf, the unwashed one, and this one here is the washed one. So you have to wash it thoroughly. You all know that bitter leaf is very bitter, so you have to wash it to remove some of the bitterness, but not totally all the bitterness out. Then this is my red bell pepper. I already removed the seed. I got below the seed, and then I'll be using some black pepper. Alright, some black pepper, also called Cameroon pepper. Then I'll be using onions, ginger. If you look close, you see my ginger skin is still on, and also garlic. And here I have our native spice. This is called ogiribo. Okay, this is locust beans, fermented locust beans. Then I'll be using sea salt to taste and Cajun spice. And here for our swallow, we are going to be using millet. This is raw ungrounded millet. This is what millet looks like. So this is what we are going to be using for our oatmeal swallow, and this is the already grounded millet. So in one of the videos of day one, I showed us how you can grind your millet in your blender. This is a very high strong blender. Okay, so quickly, the first thing I have to do now is to put my cocoyam on the fire. That's easy. My soup thickener I'll be using for this particular soup. So I'm using a cocoyam, and all the items here on this table are already prepped. But I'm just going to quickly show you on how I prep my cocoyam. Because in Salad Master, we do not peel any of our tuber crops, and cocoyam is one of the tuber crops. So all you have to do is to get a vegetable brush as this, put some water on that tuber crop, being cocoyam, carrots, sweet potatoes, or what have you. Then brush it very well, okay, to get rid of the sand and dirt. Because as the artisan said that if you peel any of the tuber crops, you are removing most of the nutrients, because the nutrients is lining the skin. So that's why in Salad Master we do not peel any of our tuber crops, okay? Because peeling is also one of the enemies to nutrition. So this is my cocoyam. It's clean now. So I have to cut this cocoyam. In these chunks, and I'm going to be cooking it very salt. Then after cooking it to be very salt, I'm going to blend it in a blender. If you have your mortar and also your pestle, you can also use that. But I'm going to be using my blender because me, Jessie, I love an easy life. Okay, so these are all cuts in chunks. So I'm going to be using some water to boil this cocoyam, and I'm going to be using our wonderful Salad Master cookware made with titanium 3160i, and this is our clay pots. Okay, it comes with the insides which you can use to boil your sweet potatoes, your broccoli. So I'm going to be adding some glass of water. and I'm going to be inciting the inside, making sure that it doesn't have any contact with the water. So what I'm trying to do, I'm also starching the coconut. So I'm going to add in my chunks of coconut and allow this to simmer for 15 minutes. Remember, in salad masa, we do not cook with high heat, we cook below the boiling point. We do not cook up to 100 degrees Celsius, we cook below the boiling point, which is at 86 degrees Celsius, which is enough heat, good heat to cook your food without destroying any nutrients in your food. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to be doing now is to blend my pepper, my ginger, and my garlic. I'm going to blend my peppers using the blender, and then I'm going to shred my onions, my ginger, and my garlic using our wonderful salad master food processor. Okay, for my red bell pepper, I'm going to be cutting all this because this is big for my blender. So this is my red bell pepper. So for this menu, I'm just cooking menu for 2. So if you are cooking for more than 2 people or more than 2, this is my red chili. I'm going to be adding my red chili with this with the seeds on, and then my red scotch bonnet. So if you are not the type that love if you don't like your food too much spice, please, if you are using the red chili, don't add the red scotch bonnet. Or if you are not using the red chili, you can add the red scotch bonnet. I'm going to be adding some water for easy blending. Then I'm going to blend this peppers very smooth. Okay, my red bell peppers, my red chili, and my red scotch bonnet is well blended now. So I have to set this aside, and then I'm going to be shredding my ginger and my garlic. But if I do that, let me quickly wash my hand again because I'll be touching that. I'll be shredding that with my hand. Okay, so I'm going to be using our wonderful salad master machine. This is our salad master machine. Okay, which I'm going to be using to shred my onions, to slice my onions, shred my ginger and my garlic, and it comes with 5 different cones, from cone number 1 to cone number 5, depending on the size of the delicacy you are cutting, which gives you up to 200 different shapes and sizes. So this is my onions. I'm going to be slicing it using our cone number 2. Wow, amazing, beautiful. Look at that, beautiful. So I'm going to be shredding my ginger using our cone number 1. This is called the shredder. If you want your vegetables or your food in a very thin slice, use your cone number 1. So I'm going to be shredding my ginger. If you notice closely, you see that my ginger skin is still on. Okay, like remember what I said when I was about cutting the coconut, we do not peel any tobaccos, and ginger is also one of the tobaccos. So that's why I'm shredding it with the skin on, because I want the nutrients in my food. Okay, beautiful. So next I'm going to be shredding that is my garlic. We all know that garlic is very, very good and rich in antibiotics, okay, which helps to boost our immune system. So use your garlic as much as you can. Forget about the taste or the way it makes your mouth feel of the bread. All that matters is the health benefits you are getting out of the garlic. Okay, so I'm done shredding my ginger, slicing my onions, and also my garlic. So what I'm going to be doing next is to cut up my mushroom. Okay, so this is the mushroom I'm using for my bitter leaf soup. Remember, this is day 17 and we are cooking lunch. And this is the mushroom I'm using. Like I said, there are up to 22 different kinds of mushroom. Okay, so this is called chestnut mushroom. I love this. So I'm going to be cutting this up in bite-sized sizes. Remember, we are not using any MSG. Alright, no animal fat or dairy product at all. And no MSG. So So you can use this mushroom or you can substitute with a tofu. Okay, if tofu is very popular in your area, then use your tofu. If it's not popular in your area, then get your mushroom. They're all the same family species. Okay, so now I'm done slicing my mushroom. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is about this bitter leaf. Bitter leaf, we all know bitter leaf is a very healthy leaf, okay? Very healthy, and it's bitter. So for you to get rid of the bitterness, you have to remove the bitter out of the bitter leaf. But for me, I don't like removing the total bitterness because I believe that bitterness is also the medicine in that bitter leaf. Remember what we say? Your food is your medicine. So all I have to do, I want this my bitter leaf just 3 times, and I'm still going to retain that bitterness in that, so after it's called bitter leaves. Okay, now so I'm about to start with the bitter leaf soup. I'm going to start cooking the bitter leaf soup, and I'm going to be cooking this beautiful bitter leaf soup with our 11 skillets. Okay, this is our 11 skillets, which you can use for your mini pizza. You can use this for your pastries. You can use this for frying. You can use this for cooking, and you can also use this for roasting. It's very amazing. So what I'm going to be doing now is that I'm going to be stir frying my onions, ginger, and garlic inside this 11 skillet. Remember, we are not using any drop of oil at all for this cooking. Okay, all we are using are all plant-based ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to be preheating this square. I'm going to be preheating this 11 skillet just for 3 minutes, so that I can stir fry in my onions, my ginger, and my garlic. Okay, so now I'm adding in the ginger, the grounded ginger, the shredded ginger, the garlic, and the onions. So I'm going to be stir frying this for like about 2 minutes or more until it's a little bit transparent. Then the caramel just keep on oozing out, which I love. Okay, so these are these. I will stir fry this now, but I just stir fry this for 3 minutes. Then I'm going to add in my blended peppers. Okay. So now I'm going to add in my mushroom, that is chestnut mushroom. Remember, we are not using any meat, no chicken, no chicks. So then I'll be putting in my Cajun spice, my sea salt, and my pepper. So I'm going to be adding half a teaspoon of sea salt. And I'm also going to be adding half a teaspoon of Cajun spice, which contains different kinds of dry herbs. Then I'm going to add in my black pepper, also known as Cameroon pepper, or if you get your atagugu, that is the dry red pepper too, okay? They're all the same pepper, just that they have different aroma. So I'm going to stir fry this, I'm going to stir this and allow this to simmer for 5 minutes. So while that is, I'm waiting for that to simmer for 5 minutes. Let me quickly check my cocoyam. You have to cook your cocoyam to be very soft so that you can blend it. That is what we are using for our soup tip now. Okay. Still a little bit hard. Okay, so now I'm going to blend my cocoyam. My cocoyam is ready. I'm going to take out this and allow this to cool for a while before I remove the skin. Please, I'm not blending with the skin. That is with the cocoyam skin. I'm not blending that. I'm going to take out the cocoyam skin and then blend the cocoyam and use it as my sweetener now. So I'm going to allow this to cool. So while I'm waiting for my cocoyam to cool down a bit, I'm going to be adding my native ogiri. This is fermented locust beans. It has a very strong nutty aroma. Okay, very strong nutty aroma. I'm going to be dissolving this into a little water. Okay, so we use this for bitter leaf soup and also for oha soup. Okay. and it's very healthy. So I'm going to be dissolving this with a little of my soup sauce. So you dissolve this with a little warm water or cold water. So I'm going to be dissolving this. Then I'm going to add it inside my bitter leaf soup. Has a very strong nutty aroma. Very strong. So this is fermented locust beans. So I'm adding this now inside my soup. And I'm going to stir and cover and still allow to simmer. So the next thing now I'm going to be adding now is that I'm going to be blending my coconut. But before I do that, let me quickly wash my hand again because I'm going to be doing that with my hand. Okay, so this is our cocoyam, and I'm using this cocoyam as my soup thickener. There are other soup thickeners in the market, but we are doing plant-based, so we are deciding to be using cocoyam. Remember, I cook the cocoyam with the skin on. So I'm going to be blending this very smooth. I use it as my soup thickener. Okay, so I'm done with that. So now I'm going to be adding in some water to blend it. Not much, little water. Then I'm going to blend this very smooth. So you have to blend it very smooth to avoid lumps. Okay, so you can see it's well blended smooth now. So I'm going to be adding this inside the soup. The aroma is so yummy. So I'm going to be adding my blended cocoyam inside my soup, and I'm going to use that as my soup thickener. Remember, our menu for today is bitter leaf soup with millet swallow. Very healthy. So you can see my soup is now thick. I use the cocoyam as my soup thickener. You can see it's very thick. So now I'm going to add in my bitter leaf. Now I already squeezed bitter leaf. Remember I said it's a very bitter leaf, so you have to squeeze it properly before cutting. So I'm using the bitter leaf which I already shredded. So I'm going to allow this to simmer for another 4 minutes before I put it down. Okay, so while we are waiting for our soup to simmer, I have to quickly make our swallow. So with this sweet swallow, I'm going to be using our Salad Master 9-inch skillet. This is our Salad Master 9-inch skillet, which I'll be using for the wheat swallow. Okay. So this 9 skillet can only feed 2 people, depending on how they are serving. I don't put up to 3, but depending on the size of the food they are dishing out. And you can also use this to fry, to grill, to roast, and to cook. So I'll be adding some water. Then I'm going to allow this water to boil before I use it for my millets. Remember, we are cooking with medium heat, not high heat. Okay, so I'm going to allow this water now to boil, to use that to make my millets. This is my millets, the raw millet, ungrounded millet, and the grounded one. So if you check out of our videos, I think it's the one where I grounded the millets in a blender. Okay, so our bitterleaf soup is ready now. Wow. This is our bitterleaf soup. You can see the thickness. That is a wall of cocoyam. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the heat now for our bitterleaf soup. Turn off the heat, and then I'll make our millet swallow, and you can see the water is also boiled. So this is grounded millets, and this is the raw ungrounded millet. So I'm going to be adding the millet swallow now. It's also the same process when you are making your wheat swallow, or you are making your amala, or you are making your oatmeal. They are all the same process. You first of all boil hot water, and then you add in your grounded millets, gradually, just gently, not at once, and then you stir until you get the consistency you want. If you want it too light, not too watery, not too thick, and you keep on stirring it very well. Stir it properly. So you don't have to make it too thick, because when it cools down, it will thicken again. So you have to make it a little light and fluffy. So I'm going to add in some little water, and I like to simmer for another 2 minutes so that the millet can cook properly. Okay. So I'm adding some little water, and I'll cover it, and I'll allow it to simmer for another 2 minutes so that the millets cook very well.